Hello everyone, welcome to a Chakra Yin Flow class. This is going to be part slow flow and then part Yin, and we're going to be focusing on the third eye chakra and the crown chakra. These two chakras are the two uppermost chakras in our bodies. They are located at the forehead, right above the place between the eyebrows and the crown of the head, respectively. As we go through some of these yin postures, if you are a visual person and you like to visualize things, then if you like, you can visualize an indigo color here for your third eye and either violet or white up on the top of your head. And that might help get some energy flowing and help keep your mind focused for the duration of whatever pose that we're in. Because we are working with two of the more spiritual chakras, the third eye connects us to our intuition and our inner knowing, and the crown chakra is what connects us to the divine, and it connects us to the inner knowing that we are all divine. We are all part of something that is much greater than ourselves. We are all small pieces of the universe, working together and living life here on earth. And maybe daily life kind of distracts us from this, but it's something that is true for all of us. So it's good to remember that. And it's good to work on these two chakras as well. So because we are working with the more spiritual chakras, we're working with kind of opening up a different set of eyes than we may normally be using for our daily life. And we're shifting our perspective from the earthly realm to the more divine realm. We're going to be switching up some things in our classes and putting things in a different order just to change up that perspective and get the energy flowing in that way. So that's what's planned for today. We're only going to need 2 blocks, but feel free to grab any of the props that will support you during this class. And we are going to begin our class. This is the first switch up. Begin our class with a meditation. So come down to your mat, find a comfortable seat where your spine is extended, where your back is nice and comfortable, and drop your shoulders here. We're going to be doing a simplified version of a Reiki meditation called the Hatsureiho. You don't have to know anything about Reiki or be tuned to Reiki to do this meditation. The important thing with this meditation is that it opens up the intuition and it opens up divine connection. We'll begin by closing the eyes. Let's take a deep breath in. Holding it for just a moment. And exhaling through the mouth. Letting the jaw become loose. Maybe wiggling the jaw a little bit. Maybe moving the head back and forth, shrugging the shoulders. Releasing any tension that we may be carrying right now. And come to a place of stillness, drawing in another deep breath. And exhale. Inhale, bring your right hand up to your left shoulder. And exhale, draw the hand and sweep it down across the body to the right hip. Inhale, left hand, right shoulder. Same motion, exhaling it down and across the body to the left hip. And again, right hand, left shoulder. Exhale down. And then we will take the right hand to the top of the left shoulder. Exhale, brush your left arm all the way down to the fingertips. Left hand comes to the right shoulder. Exhale, brushing the right arm. And one more brush down the left arm. Let's do this again, starting with the left shoulder and moving across the body. Take an inhale, right hand, left shoulder. Exhale, brush across. Left hand, right shoulder. Exhale, brush down. Right hand, left shoulder again. Exhale, down. Left hand, right shoulder. Exhale, brush down your right arm. Right hand, left shoulder. Exhaling, brushing down the left arm. Once more, down the right shoulder. And inhale, bring your hands up above your head, placing your palms out, forming a triangle shape with your thumbs and your index fingers. Taking a deep breath and begin to connect to the energy of the earth around you. Feel yourself connecting with the cycles of the earth. Feel yourself connecting with your environment and with the energy that surrounds you. Exhale to bring your hands down to your lap. And as you take your next inhale, breathe in the earth's energy through the crown of the head, down into the lower belly, into the hara. And as you exhale, bring that energy all the way back up from the lower belly, out through the crown of the head. Breathing the breath that cleanses the spirit. Continue to breathe deeply here, breathing in the earth's energy down and back up. Take a few more deep breaths here. With your next inhale, bring your hands together in front of your heart. With a clear mind and an open heart, set an intention that you feel would serve your practice this evening. When your intention has been set, you can bring your hands back down to your lap and begin to wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Maybe roll the shoulders a few times, move the head. Gently waking up the body and preparing it for a little bit more movement. Whenever you're ready, you can blink your eyes open. We'll come down into our first pose, Balasana. You can take your knees about as wide as your mat and bring your toes together. And reach your arms out in front. Bring your forehead down to your mat or down to a block. Bringing your attention to your third eye, feeling that space on your forehead. Press down to your block or to your mat. Breathing in energy to this space. Seeing an indigo color fill up this space. And exhale, bend your elbows, bring your hands into a prayer position behind the back of your head. And then move your awareness up to the crown of your head. Begin to breathe energy into the space at the top of the head. Visualizing a white light or a violet light here. With your next exhale, you can bring your hands down. Feel free to release your visuals for now. Lift your head up slowly. You're going to walk the hands back and then come into a kneeling position, keeping the knees about hip width apart. From here, we're going to move into rabbit pose. And if you're unfamiliar with rabbit, I will demonstrate before we move into it together. Take your hands down in front of you, and then you can bring the crown of your head down onto your mat between your hands. Make sure your chin is tucked in and that the back of your neck feels long. There's no compression on your neck. And if you want to keep your hands here for support, to keep your neck happy, feel free to do that. If you would like, you can also take your hands back to your ankles or your heels and then see if you can lift your hips up a little bit more. And that's rabbit. Let's move together. Take the hands down and take the crown of the head down between the hands. Leave the hands here or reach behind. And then lift your hips up. Take some deep breaths, letting that breath come back down into your lower belly. And then we will take our head back a few inches, bringing the nose to the place in between the knees, and then lift the hips back up here. If you were unable to bind with your ankles or your heels before, you can try now that the head is a little bit closer, you have more reach. Very good. Lower your hips back down. Lift your torso back up. Come to a kneeling position. You can slide your knees together. And we will take an inhale and draw the hands all the way up above the head and lift the gaze up. Exhale, draw your hands down to your heart. And with your next breath in, pull in Mula Bandha, drawing up the pelvic floor. And then draw in Uddiyana Bandha, pulling in the belly button towards the spine. And then tuck the chin down towards the chest for your last bandha. And take another inhale here and feel that movement of energy from your root chakra all the way up. With your next exhale, you can begin to release your bandha. Bring the head back up, untucking the chin, releasing Jalandhara Bandha, letting the belly relax and letting Mula Bandha relax. Taking your breath in here. Pausing and reflecting on how you're feeling now. And with your next exhale, we'll take the hands down, bring the legs out in front, letting the knees come to a bend, and then we'll take the feet about as wide as the mat. Bring your torso forward and then bring your arms between the legs and see if you can wrap the arms underneath the calves and bind with the legs for tortoise pose. If you like, you can see if you can wiggle down a little bit more. Get a little bit more stretch between the shoulder blades. And inhale, come up. We will come to a little bit of a heart opener here. You can take your legs out in front and bring your hands behind you or down to blocks. And then inhale, roll your shoulders back, lift up your chest. Good. Exhale, bring the chest forward, bring the back to a neutral space, and we'll come back to hands and knees. We'll find downward facing dog by walking the hands forward just a few inches in front of the shoulders and spreading the fingers wide. Toes can tuck. Lift your hips up, press them back. Feel free to keep your heels lifted and your knees bent, or walk out your feet, drawing down one heel and then the other. Take a moment to pause in your downward dog and close your eyes. Take a couple deep breaths. Inhale up onto your toes, bend your knees. And then you can take small steps up to the front of the mat. If you want to experiment with keeping your eyes closed and building that inner eye, third eye awareness, then feel free. If you'd like to open your eyes, if you feel safer with your eyes open, then feel free to do that as well. Whichever you choose, slowly and mindfully make your way up to the front of your mat. Take the feet about hip width. Inhale, bring your hands onto the shins, halfway lift up your body. And exhale, release, fold forward and down. Inhale, roll all the way up very slowly. Reaching your arms up above your head. And now you can open your eyes, looking up. And exhale, hands down to your heart. Inhale, reach the hands back up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands come in front of the feet, lift up onto the tips of the fingers. Exhale, plant the hands down, step to plank, and lower down to the belly. Bring your hands back to frame your ribs, and inhale, press yourself up to cobra. And exhale, come back down. Inhale, press up through plank or hands and knees. Exhale, downward dog. You can return to eyes closed for the next few breaths. And bring your feet together. Inhale, lift up your right leg, blink your eyes open. Exhale, pull your foot through to a lunge. Left knee comes down. Inhale, rise up to Anjaneyasana, taking the hands into a clasp, extending the index fingers and the thumbs. Reaching the heart forward, pulling in your bandhas. Pulling up Mula Bandha, pulling in Uddiyana Bandha. Slightly lifting the gaze. Good. Release your mudra. Exhale, hands come down to frame your foot. Lift up your back knee. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, belly. Inhale, cobra. Tuck your toes underneath. Bend your knees, begin to shift your hips back. And lift up your knees, press your hips high for downward dog. Inhale, feet together, left leg floats up, both hips level with the floor, toes pointing down towards the mat. Exhale, step the foot forward. Right knee down. Inhale, rise up, Anjaneyasana. Finding your bandhas, letting your heart come forward, letting your shoulders relax and draw back. Exhale, hands come down. Lift the back knee up, plank pose, and pause. Inhale here. Another breath in. And exhale down. Inhale, press up to Bhujangasana. Exhale, find downward facing dog, moving with your breath. Exhale, bring your knees down. And come back to kneeling. Inhale, bring your arms up. And then exhale, bring your hands down to the crown of your head. Bring the prayer mudra to sit on top of the head for the crown chakra. And with your next exhale, draw the hands down a little bit lower, pausing at the third eye. And exhale, hands all the way down to the heart. You can bring your hands down. Take our legs to the side, out in front, and we will make our way into the first pose on our back. We're going to be moving into a supported fish pose, but it's a little bit different than the ones that we usually do in this class. We're going to take one block, bring it on its lowest height, and bring it vertical. This is going to go between your shoulder blades. So you can come down to the block, bring your elbows down, and then slide your elbows forward, keep them locked on the ground. You can plant your hands down as well, and then let the back of your head come down, let the crown of your head settle down onto your mat. If this is uncomfortable for your neck at all, and you want the support of the other block underneath your head, then feel free to use it. We won't be here too terribly long just because we are upside down, but do make yourself comfortable. You can take your legs out in front. Inhaling here into your crown. Inhale, slowly lift your head up, and as you do, slide your elbows back for some support. Press your hands down, and then you can lift up your body, move the block off to the side. We will come back down to the mat, and then we'll plant the feet down close to the hips, plant the shoulders down, and then let the inhale press the hips up high for bridge pose. Hands can come underneath the back, shoulder blades can roll together. Let the feet press down. Taking a few breaths here. Feel free to stay here. If you would like to move into plow pose and you're familiar with plow, then you can make some space for yourself. Maybe you scoot forward a little bit. Before finding your plow pose. Anytime we have the feet over the head, we are actively working on our crown chakra because we're flipping our perspective. Most of the time, our head's above our feet, but we are reversing this. If you're in bridge pose, go ahead and lower your hips back down. If you're in plow, make your way gently back out. And we will pause here. Taking a moment to notice anything that you're feeling. Notice your breath. Inhale, reach your arms up over your head, and then extend your legs out. We'll move into our next pose. Move your feet over towards the right side of your mat, and then move your hands over to the right side of the mat, coming into a banana shape on your back. Feel free to bend your elbows if your shoulders are tight, or make yourself comfortable however you like. As you inhale, imagine your breath coming up from the side of your left foot all the way up your body, up your legs, up your torso and arm, to the crown of your head and to the tips of your fingers. And as you exhale, imagine your breath moving back down the same direction. Breathing up and down the left side of the body. Hands and feet through center. Exhale, move them to the opposite side of the mat. Feet move and then the hands move. And bring your awareness down to the side of the right foot. Begin to inhale the breath up the right side. Exhaling it down the right side. Take an inhale and let it go. Inhale again, moving your hands and feet back through center. And this time, point the toes, reach up with your fingertips as much as you can. And exhale, draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug. You can move back and forth, massaging your back. Let your eyes close. As you come back through your center, you can find happy baby. Release your feet, and you can make yourself comfortable for Shavasana. Let your feet come a little bit wider. Let yourself take up some space. Let your palms face upward. And begin to relax your body, beginning from the crown of your head. Relaxing all the muscles in the face and down the neck. Relaxing the shoulders, arms, and hands. Relaxing the upper back and the chest. The rib cage and middle back, the belly, the lower back. Let your hips relax. Let your legs and feet become relaxed. Begin to notice every breath in and every breath out as your body rests. Inhale, take a deep breath in. Exhaling with an audible sigh. Breathing in once more, filling up your belly. Exhaling with one more big sigh. You can slowly bend your knees and plant your feet. Either make your way to one side, or you can take your knees into your chest again and rock up and down on your back until you come to a seat. We'll all find a comfortable seat together, letting the eyes close for a few more moments. We'll take the hands in prayer. Inhale your hands up to the crown of the head. Taking in a few breaths here. Visualizing that violet or white light filling up your crown chakra. And exhale, draw your hands down to your third eye, pausing here. Letting indigo light fill up this space. Take a breath in. And exhale, hands down to your heart. Remembering your intention that you set. We'll seal our practice and seal our intentions with an Om and with the Shanti mantra. You can bring your hands back down to your lap. Take a deep breath in to prepare. And let it go. And inhale for Om. Sahanau bhavatu, sahanau bhunaktu, sahaviryam karavavahai, tejasvina vaditamastu, ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om, may we all be protected. May we all be nourished. May we work together with great energy. May our study be illuminated. Let there be no animosity between us. Om, peace to the body, peace to the mind, and peace in our actions. Thank you all so much for joining me this evening. I hope you have a beautiful weekend, and I will see you all next week. Sat Nam.